Let's make some noise for the baby dancers. Here we go. Yeah, come on, Malaysia. Come on, let's get it. Malaysia.
Well, our next final will be women's singles, and that gives us a chance to look at the Destination Dubai list as it stands at the moment after the first two Super Series events. And I can tell you, with Carolina Marin appearing in today's final here in Malaysia, she and Sainane will swap places on the list that's published next week. Taeyun, Olympic men's doubles champion, Sun Yu in the front there as well. Well, the entertainments for the fans here in Putra Stadium. Yeah, well, there's a lady who's already won a title, sitting in the second row, Zhao Yunlei. Women's singles final, the Olympic champion, #1 seed Xuerui up against the world champion and #6 seed Carolina Marin from Spain.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the technical officials of the women's singles final.
Well, Ian, this is, as with the men's singles, a mouth-watering prospect, isn't it, as our court officials make their way onto court.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this one, I have to say. I think ladies singles has been the standout event so far this year. There's been some fantastic matches. We've seen great matches all week, this week again. And this is a rematch of a world title, a world final that was phenomenal, I thought, and a real breakthrough for badminton. Spain winning a world title, and Carolina Marin, how much did she actually deserve that? It was a fantastic performance, and she's backed it up since then.
Yes, absolutely. There's her coach, Fernando Rivas. He will be courtside imminently, I'm quite certain of that. Well, our court official's been introduced to the crowd. Simberg of Denmark.
Women's singles finalists from China,
Xuerui, the defending champion, won the title here in Kuala Lumpur last year, beating Wang Shixian. There's one of the singles coaches.
Denmark Open 2014 champion and BWF World Championship 2014 runner. Her opponent from Espanyol, Carolina Marin.
The left-handed Carolina Marin of Spain. Well, as you were saying, Ian, remarkable. There's no tradition of badminton success from her native country. But my goodness, she's certainly put them on the badminton map. Great success, of course, Spain in another racket sport, tennis, of course, but now making huge inroads. Didn't I just read that Spain had won the team event in the European Junior Championships?
Well, that's another incredible result, I have to say. But when one player achieves, it gives confidence to everybody else in the system, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And she's a leader. Carolina Marin is a leader, I have to say.
Yeah.
Racket.
Well, Jakob Simberg.
Service.
Yeah, well, Carolina Marin gets to choose which side she wants to start, and I'm sure she's extremely happy about that, because the toss of the coin was won by the Olympic champion, Xuerui, and she chose to serve. So the world champion against the Olympic champion. Olympic champion, the defending champion here. Well, she'll be none too happy that she's gone down 2 places in the world ranking this week. Down to number 3 after 118 consecutive weeks as world number 1. But by my calculations, win or lose this final, she will be back at number 1, pushing Sina Nehwal down to number 2. And the extraordinary thing is that win or lose, Carolina Marin, as I say, by my calculations, will go down 1 place to number 3. But there we go. This is Xuerui's matches so far. 3 games in her last 3 matches against Akane Yamaguchi, Wang Yihan, the 2012 winner, and then yesterday in the semi-final against the player who's taken over from her as world number 1. Well, as far as Carolina Marin is concerned, 21-year-old who lives in Madrid, won the world title last year, beating her opponent of today. And there you can see currently number 2 in the world. But if my maths is correct, and I'm not sure that it is, we'll wait for the new world rankings. She will, in fact, go down, as I say. Well, her tournaments this year, this is her 5th tournament and her 4th final. That really is an extraordinary statistic. And so too is her path through to today's final, because all of her matches in 2 straight games, including the semi-final against the number 2 seed, the 2011 winner and beaten finalist from last year, Wang Shixian. In fact, she was 6-13 down in that second game, and in fact had to save 2 game points when 18-20 down. So a real fight back in that semi-final second game from Carolina Marin. Well, this will be the 4th meeting, 5th meeting even, between these 2 players. And as you can see, the last meeting was the final of those World Championships. Let me tell you, that was 1 hour and 19 minutes. That final in
Ladies and gentlemen,
Copenhagen.
on my right, Carolina Marin, Spain. And on my left, Xuerui, China. Xuerui to serve. Love all. Play.
So the defending champion, nearest to us, Xuerui, and against the world
Sense
champion,
over.
Carolina
1,
Marin.
love.
Missed it. Now, Ian, I was talking about the fact that Xuerui
Love.
has gone to 3 games in her last 3 matches, and you and I have had the pleasure of watching some of them, especially that semi-final yesterday against Sina Nehwal. I thought she looked very, very physically tired at the end. You were concerned about injury worries and lunging on that right leg. Do you think fitness is going to come
3,
into it today?
love.
It could do. I mean, clearly she's had a tough passage through, but traditionally she's someone who thrives on a lot of match play. So it's a fine balance. Maybe she's taken confidence from winning those close matches. Certainly earlier on in the week she wasn't at her best, but she's found a way to get through to the final. You know, she's survived, she's come through some difficult situations, and maybe she'll just take confidence from that.
It's gone long.
Service over. Four, 1.
It's going wide. Ian, you were saying that Carolina Marin, not only sensational win at the World Championships. I mean, before the tournament, nobody was really talking about her being a potential gold medalist. And you said that she's backed it up. You know, of course, she won that world title before she'd even won a Super Series title. Only been in one Super Series tournament final. That was in Australia last year, when she had won the world title. But of course, what you were talking about in backing it up is the fact that she won the All England Championships, the first of the Super Series events this year.
To be honest, Jill, I'm more impressed with the All England win than the World Champs win. The World Champs was great, but there was no pressure on her. There was no expectation. She came into the All England as world champion. She not only survived that pressure, she thrived on it. And I was so impressed with her in Birmingham. I thought it was a phenomenal performance. And I think that just told me that this girl's here to stay.
Yeah. And, you know, the statistic that I gave you at the start, this is her 5th tournament of the year and her 4th final. She's consistently performing.
4.
Yeah, she's consistent, she's strong. You know, she's just a very, very good all-round player, but the particular strength she has is the mental toughness. I mean, she copes with everything. Yesterday we saw that she was due to play the second match, and the first match was a walkover. So she actually went on probably 40 minutes earlier than she thought she probably would do, and probably in her head that's what she was preparing for. And that, you know, she's a young player still, and you think, whoa, she might have problems here, but no, she was ready, mentally tough, still managed to win it in 2 sets.
Yeah, well, I think while the women's doubles was on, the first final of the day, didn't we see a glimpse of her sitting in the crowd? You know, so that if there is a similar scenario, if a player goes down injured or something like that, she's here, she's ready. It's good professional attitude.
Service over.
Yep. 7-5. What was interesting here as well, Joe, we had the conversation yesterday about the ends, and you know, we talked about it a lot this week. One end's quicker than the other, and we said, well, there are some players who prefer to take the good end first to try and dominate the opponent, create scoreboard pressure, and that's exactly what Carolina's done here. She actually took the choice of end, and she took the better end first, which is you know, a strong decision. Again, it's a strong decision.
Yeah, the vocal celebrations that's become synonymous with Carolina Marin.
9.
That's good pressure. Fixes her in the mid-court with the push straight at the body, creates the space in the forecourt for the block.
Oh, look at that net shot.
Better rally from Marin there, cutting the shuttle down to the sides, not trying to force the attack. eventually winning the error. Same again, blocking off, no pace in the attack. And Lee forcing the shuttle out the rear court, trying to find that good length, but it's difficult from this end. Much more difficult to control.
Back level.
Yeah, she was just guilty early on of forcing the attack a little bit. She's been clever. She's switched it up. And what she's doing is when she's using the smash, she's using it to the centre, give herself a margin for error, and then when she's looking for the sideline, she's taking pace off and cutting the shuttle down to control it. That's good play, good thinking.
Nice backhand. Oh, that's wild though.
Ten, 9. Service over.
Certainly very tight encounter so far.
Yeah. 10, interval.
Good cross-court drive from Xuerui. So she has the advantage at the mid-game interval, albeit just one solitary point. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, she was waiting for the straight push, though, the Olympic champion. 9 minutes to the mid-game interval.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds.
Probably one of the fittest athletes
11, 10.
in world badminton, as far as the female
Play.
players are concerned. Marin. Not only stamina, but matches all the top players with pace. Pace of movement. Look at that. Well, she's had a phenomenal run, has Xuerui. This is her 12th final in 13 tournaments since the 2013 Super Series finals. There's a good reason why she'll go back to #1 in the world, if I'm correct in my mathematical calculations.
13, 10.
Yeah, doesn't tell the whole story though. There was that period just before Christmas where she missed a few tournaments with injuries.
Yeah.
And then with the new January, February break for the top players, she's actually had a long period where she's not played so much competitively. So I think it's normal that she's struggled a little bit in the earlier rounds here, but she looks a lot sharper so far in this final.
Yeah.
14, 10.
Well, this is a run of 5 straight points. She was 9-10 down. Yeah, I think that's a very fair comment. The break requested by the players to have a couple of months off from the Super Series, the elite tier of tournaments. Oh, this is 6 straight points now.
Yeah, Carolina just making one or two errors with the block play. She's forcing Lee off the net, creating space in the forecourt. She's just missed one or two easy opportunities. That's a big miss, I have to say.
Yeah.
Again, she'll be disappointed there. One of these players like losing
16,
points when the shuttle's above
10.
the net. Somebody beats you with a good attacking shot, fair enough, but when the shuttle's up in the air and you've got time like that, you really don't like making errors.
Okay.
Oh, you certainly know when she's pleased with herself, don't you? Oh, I throw the look to her coach.
She's trying to get herself going, she's trying to get herself
Yeah.
up. She's made one or two
11,
errors.
16.
Yeah, it's nice. Good disguise.
I think that's what she needs to be doing more of. Just taking the pace
12,
off, bringing the shuttle down a bit
16.
more steeply. Lee's struggled anywhere this week. It's been with those deep lunges into that backhand short corner. We'll see more of that from Carolina.
Gone wide.
And it's better rally, a little bit more patient there, wasn't she? Played the court a little bit. A little bit more variety going over Lee, forcing him to the rear
13,
court,
16.
cutting down to the forecourt. More patient approach, more patient rally. Good. Again, playing, forcing
14,
Lee into the rear court, and
16.
then making good use of the forecourt. That's a lovely cut down. A little bit late, and then turning her across, making her late in the other forecourt corner. It's good play.
Deliberately playing towards that forehand of Lee Xuerui at the net to make a lunge forward on that right leg.
Yeah, I think so. Won't have gone unnoticed.
No.
Coach Fernando Rivas is a great analyzer of the game. He'll have videoed all of Lee's games during the week. I've been having a good look at them overnight.
What a good rally. Oh, it's long.
Well, Lee had given it up, hasn't she? She's given that point up. Just drifts long. And that's a big point at this stage.
17,
Yeah.
14.
Difference between 1 and 3 points at this stage of the game can be crucial.
Service over.
Prefer it earlier on. She was trying to hit that hard on return of
15,
serve, Jill, and I like that
17.
pace off return to give herself a chance to get into a good position on the court. That's smart thinking.
Service over.
Yeah, you're right about missing on the blocks.
Yeah, that's what, 3 or 4
18,
times she's missed that, and that's
15.
basic, really. Sure, she's really disappointed with herself. She's created the space for it again. She just misses it.
Service over. 16-18.
Oh, I like that. Oh, backhand from Carolina Marin. Hits the top of the tape and goes over. But the little shot I was referring to was from Xuerui, where she held it on the forehand side and pushed it really flat and deep into Carolina Marin's backhand corner. Just 1 point in it. Chinese coach is looking a little uncomfortable at the moment. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Having missed with some of the blocks from the front of the court, they're going for a bit more power and a bit more pressure and working extremely well.
But that's where she's tough. She puts those mistakes out of her mind and she just plays the next point.
Yeah.
That's really good mental strength.
Back level, 18 all.
That's great retrieving. Super reactions from Lee there. I'm sure Carolina thought she'd done enough to win that point, but no, back it comes. It's the big smash, second attack.
18.
Great reactions.
Precision on the smash from the left-hander.
19 all.
This is brave, isn't it?
Very.
Gets full reward for it.
Oh, what a net shot from Xuerui.
Service over.
Too good, too good. Fantastic technique.
20.
Well,
Game
you
point.
said that Carolina
19.
Marin was brave on the return of serve where she smashed down the line. I think that net shot was brave as well from Xuerui, who's now earned herself a game point opportunity. Yeah, and has gifted it, yeah. Little sign there from Carolina Marin, annoyed at herself, and so she should be with an error on the return of serve like that. But all credit to the Olympic champion and defending champion here at the Malaysia Open, Xuerui. Opening game to her in 20 minutes of play, 21-19. Players stand. Thailand players there as well. I noticed quite a few of the Thailand women's singles players. It's interesting they're down watching this.
Well, that's another country with a good crop of young players coming through at the moment.
Yeah, isn't it just?
They've got some really exciting talent in the ladies singles department.
There is Fernando Rivas. He's a very intelligent man, isn't he? Doing a PhD at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's brought a lot of his sports science experience into the programme with Carolina. He's a great believer in analysis and detail, both in the physical and the tactical preparation.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Carolina. Towel. Thank you. Second game. Love all. Play.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what I like in that rally. Yeah, she apologises for hitting her opponent. And what I really liked was how positive Xuerui was from shots like that, you know, on the defence. Whereas before she was just blocking it, now she's trying to drive it back.
Well, she knows she can from this side. She can play with a little bit more pace into the rear court from this side. The shuttle will hold up a little bit. Definitely slower from the end she's playing.
Service over.
It's a power smash from Carolina. That went down really quickly. But you're right, Xuerui's playing really well at the moment. And as I say, she is someone traditionally who's thrived on a lot of match play. And maybe she's just played herself into form this week. Certainly struggling, missing a little bit of confidence in the early rounds. But she's started to look better and better at the end of that semi-final, and she's carried it on here today. The early indications are in this second game that Carolina's going to attack more from this side.
Oh, great. Cross-court net shot, forcing the error, and I think I detect a little limp there from Xuerui. Yeah, it's having to change direction, isn't it, where she's got a problem.
Yeah, she was a little bit off balance for that one, wasn't she? And put a lot of pressure on that right knee, which again is heavily taped again for this final.
If you remember back to the World Championship final, Xuerui won the first game there. And then Carolina Marin up the pace, up the intensity, worked and worked and worked her opponent. Now, placement.
Yeah, nice control.
4.
Nice and precise down the line.
The pace of that rally.
Well, it was defence into attack, wasn't it? Great defensive skills from Lee, eventually forcing Carolina to give the attack away, and then very efficiently finished. She's under pressure. Great play.
Yeah, that was the one I like. Oh, that's good from Marin. My goodness, she's quick, but she hits that one long.
Yeah, it's difficult when you let Lee get so close to the net, and net play so good. It really is. See it here, lovely touch there. Backs herself, even though she knows Carolina Marin's close to the net, she still backs her own level of skill to play the spinning neck shot.
Service over.
Well, the racket preparation every time from Carolina Marin.
5,
Early racket
4.
preparation looks the same whether the first one was a clear or the slice. And Xuerui, I'm a little concerned about the lack of ability to change direction there.
Well, we've seen it a few times during the week, but she seems to be able to come back from it. But definitely there, she couldn't push up on the right leg. But maybe it's just in certain positions, in just certain situations on the court.
4.
But definitely there, she struggled. We'll see that strapping there.
Overdone it.
Forcing the play, I'm afraid. Looking for an angle that wasn't really on there.
6.
She was too deep in the court to play cross net from there. Here we'll see it. She's behind the service line, and that's a very difficult shot to play from there. But clever thinking from Lee, playing the block a little bit deeper when she was off balance.
Service over. 7, 5.
Net shot. Yeah, force the short lift. It was a vicious spin on that net shot from Carolina Marin. Now, what was she attacking there? A bit of wildlife? How on earth did Carolina Marin play that final cross-court clear? Seemed to be way off balance.
9, 5.
Well, that was a great rally. Both players at their best there, throwing everything at each other. But in the end, it's Carolina Marin that comes out on top. Xuerui played some great shots during that point. Very, very high quality badminton at the moment.
Brilliant. That is precision. Played with disguise.
Yeah, and lovely change of tempo. She's been using the smash more in this game, and that time it's just a steep angle down. Super shot, super technique.
Well, a 6-point advantage at the mid-game interval for the number 6 seed, Carolina Marin. Well, the pace of Marin has certainly not dropped. In fact, it may have even increased slightly.
Yes, I think she's increased the tempo a little bit at the start of the second game. In the quicker end, she's been using more smash, which has forced me a little bit deeper into a defensive position. That opens up the net area. It's a good tactical battle.
Ian, perhaps we ought to explain why Carolina Marin only seeded 6 when she's world number 2, which of course is the fact that the entries for this tournament were in some time ago, and there's a cut-off date when the seedings will be done and entries must be in by, and of course she was down at number 6 in the world when that cut-off date. So she's moved up since.
Play.
Yeah, exactly. The All England points haven't counted for the seeding here. That's good defence. Good use of the full width of the court there. Carolina Marin was anticipating the block return. Was trying to get in here. We'll watch her attack. She's coming forward.
6,
That's
11.
good awareness. Really good cross. Flat, hard defence from Lee.
Oh, it worked. That's brilliant.
Well, that went down quick, Jill, I have to say. We said wow a couple of times when Xuerui was hitting his smash in the mix, but that was really impressive. That hit the deck very quickly.
That's nice.
Service over.
Lovely touch, anticipated it, was there early.
7.
Made it look really
12.
simple, but this is difficult. That's a difficult skill.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well, there's a real battle for supremacy at the front of the court, isn't there, with the net play?
13, 7.
There is, when either player's early, they're playing really, really well at the net. So tactically, they're both desperately trying not to let their opponent get there. That's way long. Way long, yeah, she looks back. I think she realises she took that quite
7.
high up the court.
Oh, lovely.
Service over.
Do you know, I was just thinking she's missed her chance. She should have really attacked on that earlier one, but absolutely brilliant from Lee Xuerui.
Yeah, lovely play. I mean, she's using a little bit more drive defence at the moment, which is keeping Carolina deeper in the court. And she uses that space in the forecourt to great effect.
Oh, good net shot.
Well, how many times are we going to say that during this
14.
match?
Yeah.
Both players were playing a super touch around the net at the moment.
Yeah, and I think this is an area where women's singles has really developed in recent years, because we've known that the quality of the net shot in men's singles is of paramount importance. It is also in women's singles now. Pushed it wide.
Ten, 14.
Yeah, try and switch the direction, use the full width of the court, but just forced it wide.
Eleven, 14.
Well, this is extraordinary. 5 straight points.
12,
More worrying,
14.
Lou. The Spanish supporters, the last 3 pretty simple errors, really. Can't afford to do that against someone of Lee's quality. She was probably beginning to think, well, this is maybe drifting into a third set, and suddenly quick points like that give you heart.
Unbelievable pace from Carolina Marin.
Yeah, she imposes a real tempo on this point. And it's evident during the match, isn't it, Jill, that
15,
quicker rallies, when she can
12.
force the tempo a little bit, she looks a lot more comfortable. It's the slower rallies where there's less pace on the shuttle where she's making errors.
Oh, so difficult to control. Tumbling net shot, adding a bit of spin as well
15.
from Xuerui. Yeah, the shuttle was upside down as it crossed over the net. How on earth do you control that?
There's more than a bit of spin on that. Gain advantage Lee on the net area. Noticeable, no pace in that rally,
14,
not giving Carolina Marin
15.
any pace to thrive on. No rhythm, tying her up around the net area and forcing the error.
Oh, it's misjudgment, it's landed in. That's a terrific shot from Xuerui.
15 all.
Yeah, again, super control. She's under pressure here. Just to control the shuttle and guide it down that line to the rear court.
Yeah, well, she couldn't have walked over there and placed it any better than that. 15 all. 8 of the last 9 points. Can you believe it?
Service over. 16, 15. Service over.
Again, clever from Lee. She didn't want to clear. She didn't want to give Carolina the chance to put
16
tempo into the game.
all.
So she just brings it down, and again, with no pace on the shuttle, Carolina makes the error.
Service over. 17, 16.
This is an error from Lee.
16.
It's not a great cross from Carolina. That drive, it was going up. It was a real chance for Lee to intercept.
Well, you talked about the character of Carolina Marin right at the start of the match. And I have to say, when she
19,
had that 14-7 lead whittled away to 15 all, and I thought, oh my goodness, I thought we'd going to be treated to a third and deciding game, but she's regrouped her thoughts, got her concentration back, and 2 points away now from this second game. Take that 1 point away. How many players would have been unsettled by such a comeback by the Olympic champion to level at 15 all, but not Carolina Marin.
16.
4 game point opportunities. That's very, very well saved by Xuerui.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it?
17.
How to play a match
20.
point against you. Beautiful play.
One game point saved. 2 game points saved. My goodness.
18. 20.
Yeah. There's a reason why she's been world #1 and is Olympic champion. Three game points saved. And a little
19.
look
20.
for advice from Fernando Rivas.
He was indicating be positive. Still match point.
Play.
Game point.
Sorry, game point. Getting ahead of myself there.
Yeah. It is 1 game all in this women's singles final. 21-19.
21-19.
Same scoreline as the first game, but with Marin taking the second. Yeah, the despair from one of the players, the celebration from the other. We, the lucky fans, get treated to a third and deciding game. 44 minutes into the match, and it's 1 game apiece. I know you speak French. Ian, do you understand Spanish as well?
Yeah, that's a bit quick for me. I understand a little bit, but that's a bit quick. But basically, I think what he's talking about is she's making a lot of errors, and she's got to stay positive. And it's much better for her when there's pace in the game, pace in the rallies. She looks much more comfortable when there's some tempo to the points, and she's moving Lee around quickly. What she's let Lee do there is take some of the tempo out of the game, take the fire out of it, reduce the tempo of the rallies, mix it up, use some variety, and that's when she's making errors. I think Fernando will be saying, no, let's get the tempo back in these points. It's going to suit her a lot more.
He does tend to like to use all of his allotted time, doesn't he, in talking to her, whether she's winning convincingly or whether she's behind. He always uses his allotted time.
Yeah, and I think that with good reason this time, because unusually for Carolina, actually she's displaying quite a lot of negative body language in this match. She's making errors, and then she's doing shadow shots, practicing that shot afterwards, and she's got to let that go. She's just got to refocus and think of the next point. And I'm sure he's talking about those sorts of things.
Final game. Love all. Play. Service over. 1.
There was intent on that return of serve. short serve. Stepping right onto it and driving it very quickly really took Carolina by surprise. Good positive start for Lee.
Well taken. Yeah. Steady build up.
Importantly though, pace in the rally. There was some tempo to that rally and that suits Marin much better.
Oh, that's clever.
Service over. 2-1.
Yeah, tactically it's clever, but also technically it's very good to control the length and the direction so well.
Service over.
Yeah. I'm absolutely seeing your point about the tempo and the speed in the rally suiting Carolina Marin.
All.
Yeah. Oh, complete this head. Ah, anything you can do. Clever.
Yeah, nice riposte, little hold and push to the rear court, good skill. But again, there's some rhythm to that rally and that suits Carolina Marin.
Oh my goodness, good reactions. Look how quick she is. Oh, miss hit on the final shot, but speed of movement in that rally from Carolina Marin. Xuerui did well to live with it.
Yeah, it's impressive, but I was just going to say that Lee kept pace with it. But it's a dangerous game she's playing, letting Carolina Marin play with such a tempo, because that's where she thrives, in those quicker rallies.
Yeah.
Service over.
Getting to that round, the head position so well.
Here we see it quick to get behind the shuttle.
4-3.
Oh, that was going wide. From Carolina Marin, she took a shot at the net there. I think she could have let that go.
Yeah, I think she just played it straight and it was out at the other end.
Yeah.
Again, you see that there's no pace on the shuttle, and then she's trying to do too much with it.
5-4.
She likes some pace on the shuttle. She likes to be able to move quickly, hit quickly. Xuerui there just taking the pace off and forcing the error. Oh, lovely skill. Lovely skill. Got up early. Didn't try and hit it hard. Cut it down to the
6,
sideline.
4.
Super control. Look at this. Beautiful racket work.
Yeah.
She's got a nice mix to the game, hasn't she?
7,
Lee at the
4.
moment. A couple of soft ones, then the flat return of serve, keeping the opponent guessing. Good variety.
Yeah, well, no wonder she's frustrated with that. Xuerui. There's
5,
a big,
7.
big gap. Yeah, just overdid it. Yeah, that's a lovely angle.
It is, it's so nice, isn't it? She doesn't try to hit it too hard, that's the key.
5.
That allows her to control it. Yeah, we'll see it. It's beautifully guided down to the line.
Yeah, did you see the way on this final one? There's a nice backhand first, and then she really reaches up to bring that down at the acute angle. Lovely.
This is good, forcing Lee to take the defensive backhand, and that creates the space in the forecourt. Doesn't make the mistake with it this time.
Six, 8.
Busy talking to herself there, Carolina Marin. That's been deflected wide.
7, 8. Service over.
Well, we saw that in the men's singles, didn't we? Good use of the body smash.
Yep, this is clever play, bringing it in. Carolina wasn't expecting the
9,
body attack there.
7.
But as you say, Jill, there are more and more similarities. I mean, the physical conditioning of the ladies singles players at the moment, the top players, is very, very impressive, and that's allowing them to get in earlier, play better net shots you were talking about earlier on, but also to get behind the shuttle quicker and attack more. There's more attacking options available.
Well, it is the discipline
10,
at the moment, the
7.
most open, the most interesting, intriguing, and quite frankly, it's producing the best matches, I think, in this. We're in a golden phase of women's singles at the moment. It's exciting times.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Interval. Change ends.
So the advantage is with the Olympic champion as they change ends in this deciding game. Four points in it, and 4 minutes shy of the hour mark.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Coach, thank you.
Yeah. Even continuing to advise as he's walking backwards off court.
11, 7, play.
That's a good clear.
Service over.
This time it's good defence from Carolina Marin because Lee threw everything at her in that rally. She was attacking
8,
right from the off.
11.
Carolina survived. And eventually the mistake came from the Chinese player.
Court assistant.
Yep, court attendance needs to come on and mop up the perspiration. I'm not surprised. Very, very nearly the hour mark.
Thank you. Eight, 11.
Oh, she's missed it.
Service over.
Well, it was difficult to control,
12,
in fairness.
8.
There's a challenge here.
Xuerui, challenge. Hold.
First challenge of this women's singles final. Xuerui thinks it was in on the back line. The line judge thought it was out.
I think she's challenging here through disappointment because she's a long, long way away from where that shuttle landed.
Oh, I wasn't so sure.
She obviously felt it was good, but I'm not sure that she
Yeah.
could see that it was good.
No, and that's the thing, as players, they have that feel. No, I think that's long. Yep, line judge was right.
Challenge unsuccessful.
It's not just the visual,
Xuerui, 1 challenge remaining.
it's the
Service over.
instinct to know
9,
by the way you
12.
hit it. Oh, incredible exchange.
Service over.
Carolina
13,
Marin frustrated with this point, but the key is that she's let Lee get in on that net area again, and it was a super spinning net shot that set up that sequence of shots.
Luck of the net cord, for which Xuerui
14,
just
9.
apologises. 5-point advantage as the match clock ticks over the hour mark. Missed it.
That was a chance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was a
Service
chance.
over.
You can see the look of disappointment there.
10, 14.
That exaggerates the mistake from the previous point. Let's see how important that turns out
11,
to be.
14.
Good play from Carolina Marin here, following up the cross net shot. Great kill.
Yeah, she's still got her spring in the step, hasn't she? Not only during the rally, after the rally as well. Oh, that was going wide. But a great smash, straight down the line.
Gets round the head and commits fully. I think you're right, it could have been drifting out the side, but she wasn't taking any chances.
14.
Yeah. Just 2 points in it now. Going wide. Yep. Wow, what a super women's singles final.
13,
Look
14.
at the pace of this. One point in it. Gone long as well, and the 5-point deficit has been closed. 14 all.
14, all.
Well, we said it at the time, we asked the question, how important was that miss from Xuerui? 14-9. 15-9 would have been a big difference.
Yeah. Oh, good defence. And that's gone wide.
Xuerui.
Well, there's another
Call
challenge
out.
here. I think that would be forlorn. I thought that was definitely wide. But the defensive shot from Carolina Marin.
Carolina Marin indicated to a coach, no, definitely out, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought so too, but we'll have it confirmed by the instant review system.
Yeah, but again with momentum, it's maybe not a bad challenge from Lee. It takes the fire out of the situation. She can compose herself, talk to the coaches.
Yeah, clearly wide.
Yeah. She's broken the rhythm of the game, though.
Yeah.
Xuerui has no challenges remaining.
So 6 straight points.
15,
Carolina Marin.
14.
Look at that athletic movement. I don't believe it. The speed with which Carolina Marin played from round the head before she came into the forehand net. And then a little net exchange. Look how tight that is. How on earth did the Olympic champion even manage to get it back over the net? But it was wide, clearly
14.
wide. Oh, this is extraordinary. 7 straight points. Oh, there's a challenge here
Carolina Marin.
from
Challenge.
Carolina Marin.
Out.
Well, this looks a better challenge from where we're sitting.
Yeah, it certainly does. Yeah. Well, it's her first challenge of the match. Waits for Hawkeye.
It's a big moment in the match, you feel.
Yeah. If it's landed in, it's 17-14. If it's called out, it's 15-16. It's in. My goodness me.
Challenge successful.
What a wonderful challenge by the world champion, and affords herself a smile. It is indeed 17-14 on a run of 8 straight points. Well, the run comes to an end, but my goodness, what a passage of play there from Carolina Marin.
15-17.
Nine of the last 10 points. Well, you said she was a fighter.
15.
Extraordinary. Oh, brilliant that exchange. Well played, Xuerui.
$16-18.
Look at that.
Champion's point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic skills at the net there.
Phenomenal. Well, how on earth is she playing at this pace after an hour and almost 10 minutes? Look at the movement, gets behind it, thunders down the smash.
16.
And 2 tantalising points away from a second Super Series title. Wide. It's out. There are match point opportunities for Carolina Marin. She's just won 11 of the last 13 points.
20, match point, 16.
From 9-14 down. 4 match point opportunities. Gone wide.
Service over. 17-20.
That's gone wide. And Carolina Marin, arms aloft. Her second Super Series title, her second of this year, and it happens to be a second Premier Super Series title.
Match won by Carolina Marin, 19-21. 21-17.
Well, Carolina Marin trying to throw a racket to the fans. Well, she's already achieved so much, a world title, the All England title, and now a second Premier Super Series title here at the Maybank Malaysia Open. Carolina Marin, the new star of world badminton, coming from a game down, as indeed she did in the World Championship final. An hour and 11 minutes of simply spectacular badminton. But it takes two players to make such a great match. And the Olympic champion, Xuerui, certainly played her part in such a special final here today. Wow.
Women's singles
Who would have
victory
thought
ceremony.
at 9:14 down that Carolina Marin would be lifting the title? Well, she was described as a feisty player to me once. She's well proved that. Great fighter, good mental discipline.
Deputy President Badminton Association of Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia Dato' Alex Ong from Victor Malaysia, and Encik Amirul Faisal Wan Zahir, Group Head Global Banking of Maybank, to present the prizes to the winners.
Women's singles Maybank Malaysia Open, part of MetLife BWM World Super Series Premier 2015. Runner-up from China, Xuerui.
Well, last year's champion this year has to settle for second best. Well, her wait for a 20th career title goes on. And she will be, by my calculation, the world number one next week, having reached the final here at the Premier Super Series event.
And prize money of USD $19,000. Women's singles Maybank Malaysia Open, part of MetLife BWM World Super Series Premier 2015. Champion from Espanyol, Carolina Marin.
Carolina Marin of Spain. Two Premier Super Series titles this year. Can she possibly think about the Grand Slam? Winning all five. Well, Chen Long has a possibility, and so does Carolina Marin. We're a long way off that, the 5 premiers each year. But my goodness me, what a start she's had to 2015.
Champion will receive the prize
Her
money
fifth
of
final.
$37,500.
Fifth tournament this year and her 4th final and her 2nd title. Yeah, all smiles, and why not? What a great women's singles final that was.
Thank you, the presenters, for giving away the prizes to the winners.
So can the men's doubles live up to that? Well, we've got the world number ones, Lee Yong-dae and Yoon Young-sung, up against the former Malaysian Open champions and former world champions Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan.